Check out the engine bay. The nice thing about the 50 than the 35 is they both have the same style door, and that door I have to crouch to look in. This one I can stand up pretty much all the way and look in there. And it's nice too, they got a pretty good size water fuel separator there. And it's also got a drain over here, so you can drain the water daily if you want. It's got plastic fuel tanks. I think the 35, the 26, they all have the same plastic fuel tanks. You know, sizes are bigger, but one thing I do like about plastic is you don't have to worry so much about moisture in steel tanks. And then your batteries underneath this box here, which would be kind of a pain if you got to change it, but I guess it's nice to have a little storage area for some wrenches and whatnot. One thing too that, yeah, if you know, people are wondering too, this is the same cab that's on the 35. So you can see they use the same cab for both models, the 35 and the 50. I was looking at both models and I decided to go with the 50 because a little more reach, a little heavier, and then horsepower was a lot better. The digging, the breakout force and all that wasn't that much more, surprisingly, but I can tell you from experience, I got 26 hours on it now, and I've pulled about 30 stumps or so around my property, and the thing has no issue pulling them out. I mean, there's some pretty big ones in there, some that were kind of looped together too, you know. So it's just your preference too. I kind of am using this machine for mainly home purposes and around the property, so I'm not too worried about moving around all the time or having to worry about tight situations. So it depends on your style, but if you can, I would definitely recommend the 50. It's a nice size unit. It doesn't jerk you around as much, that's for sure. I got a 24-inch dig bucket with it, and also a 48-inch muck bucket, and those both work really good. It doesn't feel tippy or anything with a full load. Also too, I got here, they fitted me with a Kubota quick coupler on here. You still got to get out of the machine, but all you got to do is pull this pin and then it'll just come right off. So that works out pretty good. A lot better than the wedge coupler system that they have. And it's nice too for same thing with the thumb. So this thumb and bucket, both buckets I have, they have the Kubota style coupler, so it's for the KX057, I believe it is. So finding a bucket's a lot easier than, you know, going to any, you know, because there's so many Kubota dealerships around. So if you need a bucket, it's a lot easier to source one of those out. Another thing the 50 has that the 35 doesn't have it is you have 2 auxiliaries, which is really nice. So if you want to do a mower attachment or a flail mower, or you know, any other kind of attachment, you don't have to switch them back and forth from your thumb or put in another joystick with controls. So that's a nice added option. And with the 50, you get about 21 gallons of flow per minute. So we'll go ahead and take a look inside the cab. So I put a suspension seat in here. I don't think they offer it, and from what I've found anyway, so I was able to find this online. It's a direct bolt fit on. It is 1.5 inches taller when you sit down on it. So, you know, that's the kind of what you lose about it. It'd be nice if they offered a suspension seat for these machines. I would definitely would have bought it with it. So one thing I don't necessarily like, but it's okay, is this bar right here, pillar part right here. It would be nice if it was, you know, maybe smaller or taller up so I could see a little better. I'm 6'3", so looking out, you know, I'm kind of going like that, trying to crouch down a little bit, but it's not bad. It just might be something maybe look in the future. One thing that I don't know if I just need to adjust the lock or what, but there's quite a few times when I'm tracking this thing and I get kind of bumpy or whatnot, you know, because of the terrain, and this dude will open. So it'll just start doing this when I'm going down, and I'll have to slam it back to get it to stay, and it'll just keep going like that. So that's the only kind of thing that kind of bugs me the most about it, is that. Also the radio, it tends to have a mind of its own. Sometimes when I turn the machine on, it'll come on. Sometimes it won't. Most of the time I got to turn it off once and then turn it back on, then it'll work. So I don't know what exactly that's about. Right here, I was trying to figure out why that key can go over like that, and it kind of bugged me. So I got a hold of the dealer, and apparently it doesn't do anything. So that's reference. I think they just outfit all the machines like a truck would. You know, you have all the wiring harness there, but for the option, you have to step up and grade for that. So this doesn't do anything when you pull it over there. And then also, if you look over here, this is another question that I had, was you have the standard working mode. Now, from the little research I could find, you know, it doesn't really say there is more or less, but so what I come to find out is the 50 doesn't come with any other working modes. It's just a standard working mode. So that's one good thing, you know, if you're wondering about. I know a guy on YouTube put a video about his 35, and he had two modes, standard and a brake mode. And I think maybe the reason why they have that on the smaller unit is because most contractors are buying an 8,000 pound machine, 8,500 pound, for jobs. And that brake mode is so you can run that when, say you're getting out of the machine or whatever, and it's, you know, it's running less hydraulics, it's just running a slower RPM on the machine, so you're getting better fuel economy. So that's really what that mode is. The bigger models have more modes to them, but I'm not sure why they don't have that on this model, but that's just kind of how I feel about it. So the nice thing with the 50, like I was saying, is, you know, you got two joysticks with controls, which is a nice option to have if you want to run a mower or, you know, any other kind of, you know, attachment with a thumb, or, you know, two attachments at the same time. So, and that's really about it for what I was trying to find out, you know. So if you got any questions, you know, leave them in the comment and I'll let you know, or take a picture, or, you know, help you out. All right, thanks. Bye.